Hello, everybody. How are we all? I hope you've all been doing okay. I know it's been a couple of weeks again since I've last put up a podcast. It's been a busy couple of weeks. I'm going to be totally honest with you. It really has been a bit crazy. So I will explain. I will explain. And to be honest, some of it is quite mind blowing for me personally. I'm going to say that. Um, let's just jump straight in. So I've been doing a bit of a course for digital marketing, just sort of trying to learn a new skill and see where it takes me. Um, because again, it doesn't hurt to learn new things, and I'm going to be totally straight. There's a lot of work involved. This course is really, really in depth. There's all sorts of bits and pieces. I've created a new website from it. I've created a new Facebook. Yeah, it's very, very intense. It's only one day a week is the actual course itself, but in terms of the after work, there's loads. There's loads of homework, and it's a at home course anyway. Figure that one out. But it is what it is, and I'm going to be honest. I'm enjoying it. It's quite fun. So yeah, I'm kind of hoping that that's going to teach me some new bits and pieces, and hopefully push me towards being able to improve my content across the podcast, the website, and the social medias because there's always room to improve. Now, in terms of the podcast improvement, I've got to start learning to edit. Let's be fair, editing would be a good thing. I've got all the programs, I've purchased all the bits and pieces you need to do the editing. I've just never sat and tried it. Not properly. I've fiddled about and whatever else, and then got nervous, thinking, "Have I just broke it? I don't know what I'm doing." So yeah, at some point when things sort of quieten down a little bit, I need to take a bit of time to try and learn those new skills. Some hopefully will come from this course, which would be incredible. I'm going to be honest. I'd like that. I'd like that quite a bit. But yeah, I'll be honest, I'm enjoying it, and it's kind of opening my eyes a little bit to new ways to do things. So yeah, watch this space on that one. I think it's a 12-week course, and I'm 2 weeks into it. So only another 10 weeks to go, and we get time off for Christmas. Thankfully, that's a bit of a result. Don't fancy doing a course on Christmas Day. Yeah, I don't. I just don't. I enjoy family time on Christmas Day. Hashtag just saying. Just floating that one out there. But going back to what I said at the start about some pretty mind blowing stuff. I mean, okay, it might only be mind blowing for me personally, but it's unreal. I'll start with the slightly less incredible part. But talking about my skydive on the 29th of October, I contacted my local newspaper and just see if they wanted to put a little story up. One, to get the word out, and two, to see if I can drum up some more people to donate to the cause. Um, at the end of the day, I've got an area that I need to hit. I've got to get to just a little bit over £400 in donations, and I'm not massively far away, but I could do with being a bit closer. We're 2 weeks away now. I'm recording this. This is Sunday. We're 2 weeks away now from that massive occasion. So yeah, if we could get a little bit closer from it, it'd be great. But yeah, so they put a little story out, and it was okay. I'm gonna say the journalism could have been a little bit better. I'm not a journalist. Let's float that right now. I am not a journalist, so probably don't have a lot of right to make comment on it. But I just felt it could have been a bit better the way it was written up. I mean, at the start, they actually got my name wrong. I know, I know that probably the biggest thing you need to get right is somebody's name. They got it wrong. But They did fix it without any problem at all. It was sorted. So on that, fair play, and I'm incredibly grateful to the paper for actually taking the story on, taking the time to write it up, and try and help. And it's been gratefully received. So massive thank you to them. Now then, we come to the big one, and this for me is absolutely huge. I'm gonna say that this is massive. Um, I was speaking to MS News today in regards to putting up a video for them. They was doing like a video series trying to help people that are newly diagnosed, try and sort of just give them experiences from others that are relatively newly diagnosed. I did that, massively grateful to have the opportunity to do a video like that, just to get some of my thoughts out and try and sort of give people a bit of a positive thought, being newly diagnosed, because let's be fair, it's a scary thing. Being diagnosed with any chronic illness is scary, really quite scary. So trying to make a bit of a positive from it, if you can, if that makes sense. Um, while we was talking about that video, it got mentioned about my skydive on the 29th of October, and the conversation kind of turned a little bit to potentially doing a little bit of work with MS News today, um, blogging up for them up to the skydive, and maybe putting up a video um, after it. And long story short, it happened. We had conversations. I was speaking to some incredible people from their network, and yeah, I've written my first blog for them as a guest columnist. A guest columnist. Just the thought of me being called just a columnist, a guest columnist, whatever. I am so proud, genuinely, genuinely so proud to have that opportunity, just to get my thoughts out and again try and explain to people what I'm doing and why I'm doing it and how I'm doing it. So the first column went up. I've seen it, I've looked at it, I've read it many times, countless times. Yeah, I can't explain to you how many times I've actually read the column, looked at it because of how incredible it looks, how brilliant it reads. Just, yeah, it's one of them that it really has blown my mind. When I started doing all of this, I'm trying to put my story out. The whole point was to make it worldwide. Now, this podcast has hit some incredible places in the world. It really has. Some places I never ever expected it to hit. You know, this podcast has been downloaded as far away as Australia. Yep. It doesn't get much further than that. I've been downloaded in Iran, Bahrain. Literally, there is places that I've been downloaded I would never have dreamed of happening. Um, so for this opportunity to arise and be able to again write my story, and okay, it's the story leading up to my jump, but it's still getting that out there. It's getting what I'd like to say is my positivity out for people to see. Because if that positivity can help one other person to see that as evil as this condition is, and it is incredibly evil, we can still try as hard as possible to live the best life that we possibly can. And that's part of what I'm doing, why I'm doing it. And again, for a network like MS News Today to take that on, to give me the opportunity to write for them, and I am so grateful. It is unbelievable. I just can't explain to you how it feels to see that blog up. The next one, I believe, goes up Wednesday. By all means, nip across to MS News Today, have a little look, see if there's anything in it you like, see if there's anything in it you don't like. But by all means, nip across, have a look, see what you think, and in 2 weeks, hopefully we'll be at a point that the video goes up of me actually jumping out of an aeroplane at 10,000 feet. Give me a second, drink calls. Water. That's the thing with talking lots. I tend to get a little bit dry mouthed. But it is what it is. But coming away from the mega excitement, because again, I could talk about that all day. I really could. What I'd like to talk about now is what I'm doing in prep for the jump. And again, I'm not going to go into massive amounts of detail, but there's bits and pieces that I'm doing. I've signed up to the gym. I know I've said that previously, I believe. And I've been going to the gym, working on the seated cross trainer. And that, to be fair, is really helping. It is helping massively because I've gone from when I started on 12 minutes, I could sit on that seated cross trainer. And, I'd be trying my best. Actually, now I'm doing 25 minutes on the seated cross trainer. And do you know what? I could probably do more. I'm just desperate not to push myself too hard. So, yeah, in all fairness, I'm getting there with it. Really getting there. And it's never going to cure my foot drop. Let me make that right now. Put that straight out for everyone. It's never going to cure my foot drop. I understand that. It's never going to cure the issues I have with my legs. Fact. It's just a fact. But if I can strengthen the muscle a little bit, it might just help. Just that little touch on just making it a bit easier when I am trying to walk around places. And at the moment, yeah, that does seem to be happening. I can't walk any further than I would normally, but I'm more confident and I'm more capable of doing what is there for me to do. I've been doing the leg extensions, only very lightweight. I'm going to be fair. I mean, I'm not going to be crazy with it. I'm not going to start using really heavy weights and put myself in a position where I'm hurting me. No, 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 no. So I've been doing that. And again, I tend to try and get about 30 reps done at around the 18 kilo mark. I do sometimes drop that down, depending how my legs are coping with it at the time. But that's roughly where I am. As I say, about 18 kilos, leg extensions, and it helps. I go on to upper body, where I'm doing all sorts of bits and pieces because, again, I want to be able to wheel myself a little bit in my wheelchair. Because as much as I appreciate my family grabbing the wheelchair and pushing me, do you know what? It's got to be hard for them to do because it's not the easiest thing in the world in terms of physically to be able to push me in a wheelchair. So I'd like to be able to lighten the load a little bit for them when we're out as a family. I'd like to be able to do my bit and wheel myself. So working on my upper body a bit is a very, very good thing to do. It feels right. And I've got to say it, I really have missed it. I mean, working on my upper body, I come out of that gym and I feel incredible. I feel happy. I would say calm, but that would be a lie because I'm buzzing. Honestly, I come out and I am buzzing. It just everything from excitement to just feeling so confident. It's just worthwhile. Coming away from the upper body, I'm managing to do a plank, and I'm up to a minute now. I can actually plank for 1 minute, which I'm kind of proud of because it's only been a few weeks that I've actually been learning to do the plank. So again, unbelievable. I'm really, really pleased with how that is going. It's working and it's working beautifully. Sit ups, again, I try to do 3 sets of 10, so 30 sit ups, which at times I do have to temper that down a little bit. The times I do have to, not a problem. I will. It's not an issue because I don't want to overwork myself. And if I can give anyone any piece of advice in terms of when you're doing exercise, push yourself. Don't do it too far. You know your limit. In yourself, you will feel where your limit is. Don't quite get there. Stay below it so that you are not overdoing it and you're not at risk of overdoing it. Because as good as it is to put the effort in and to work hard and whatever else, if you do it too much, you're just going to damage yourself for no good reason. There's always another day to come back and do some more. Don't push yourself too far. That's just my little morsel of information and my little bit of advice. I'm just floating it out. I don't work in a gym. It's simple as that. I'm just giving you my personal advice. That is all. But yeah, I mean, coming away from that a little bit, yeah, I've done a bit of research on skydives themselves, so I know what I have to do when it comes to land. Yes, I will say again, it's a tandem dive. So there will be a professional that I'm strapped to that will do all of the work. I'm just there for the entertainment value and to raise money for the MS Society. Fact. Um, but when I land, I know I've got to get my legs up and my heels go down first. I get that. I've done the research and it's just making me excited. Fact. I just want to get out and actually start doing the jump. I just want to get out there on that plane, get to 10,000 feet, and have my I don't know what you call them, whether it's the professional or the person in charge of me. I just want to get there and them say, "Shall we jump?" Yes, please. Let's go. Let's do it. And we're off. Simple as that. So again, just my little bit of research I've been doing. I want to know what I'm in for. Let's be fair. I want to know what to expect. But there we go. Coming away from that a little bit, there is a couple of bits that actually I do want to talk about in terms of what the MS is has been causing of late, and one of them's quite new, and it is actually incredibly upsetting. I'm going to be totally straight. I'm not going to hold anything back, and I'm not going to pull any punches. Speech issues. Never really had them to any major extent previously. There's been a few occasions of late where I've been talking and I stopped talking. And I'll stop talking because I cannot get any words out. I physically can't speak. And it's not for the want of trying. The words just aren't there. The ability to get the words out just aren't there. And it doesn't last long. I think the longest it's lasted was a couple of days ago when I was in the kitchen talking to Lisa. And it probably lasted maybe 5 minutes. Normally it's probably, I don't know, less than a minute. But again, it is incredibly new and I don't quite understand it, if I'm honest. And I'm still trying to get get on top of it a bit. Try and make myself understand it and try and figure out why it's happening. But yeah, I mean, it literally will be. It's not even a case of forgetting what a word is. I mean, that happens all the time anyway. What I'm talking about is literally not even having the ability to speak at all. It just, it's a bit scary. I'm going to be straight. It's a bit scary. It's not something that I can just I can gloss over. I know I do a lot of that at times, but with this, I can't. It's one of them that I'm hoping is a temporary thing, and it just rears its ugly head every now and then. Because, like I say, it's not all the time it's happening. It's new, and it has happened a few times. But hopefully, that's about it for the next little while. But I just wanted to get that out there because, again, part and parcel of me doing all of this, the fun stuff is great, but the real also needs to be said. That's a fact. On top of that, you will see every now and then I'm just sort of looking to my side because I have written myself just a tiny little list of things I wanted to talk about on this show today. Because it's been a couple of weeks and because what I'm about to talk about, memory issues, I've just written myself a little list so and get everything in. And like I've just said, memory issues. Now, I wasn't sure whether the lion's mane tablets that I'd been on for quite some time now were actually having the desired effect. So, I did stop taking them for a little while. I came off them, not for a massive amount of time, just for a little while, and just see what was going on. Yeah, I don't think I'll come off them again. Just going to say that straight out there. Let's not hold anything back. I'm not coming off them again. Because being totally straight, my memory has been awful. Coming off them, it just didn't work. Simple as that. It doesn't work at all. I personally will be staying on them because it is helping my memory. I mean, I've been forgetting all sorts of stuff. I mean, literally, I am talking. I can put something down, turn around, and within a second, I don't know what I've done with it. In terms of paperwork and things, I'll put paperwork down. No, I'm never finding it again. So, in all truth, I'm giving myself that opportunity. I'm going back on them, and I'm gonna carry on going because they, for me, seemed to be helping. In terms of other bits and pieces I'm on, give me a second. Water's calling. I will say, for the middle of October, for those of you that are watching me on where you can actually see me sites rather than listening in on audio only, you'll see that the sun is absolutely beating down into my studio. It really is. It's beautiful. I'm going to be honest, it's gorgeous. And I've done a bit more work on the studio actually. I've put some more soundproofing up, and yeah, it looks great. Just going to throw that out there. It looks great. But yeah, there's some bits and pieces that I've started taking. Again, just to do little bits of helping me on the physical, mental, and every other aspect that you can imagine. Taking some apple cider vinegar gummies. Now, it is only apple cider vinegar in them. I know when people hear the word gummies, they think other stuff. No, this is totally and utterly apple cider vinegar. That is all. And just see if that's going to help me with kind of sort of burning the weight off a little bit, amongst other things. There's lots of different bits and pieces that apple cider vinegar can help with. I'm having a go. And also, I can't name the site because of how many different places this podcast goes to, but I'd been sent some turmeric gummies. Again, turmeric, black pepper and ginger in it, that's all. To give them a go. And I've said previously I've been taking turmeric tablets and they helped a bit. I'm going to be honest, they really did help. So I'm hoping these gummies are going to be pretty useful. I've only been on them a few days, so time's going to tell. I've got my fingers crossed. I'm really hoping. As I say, I've been sent them as a free sample to promote them on a certain other site. And if anyone is on that other site, you will have seen the video. And over time, I will keep you up to date with how they are going. because, yeah, what I will say is they taste nice. You're only allowed to eat one a day. I could go through the entire pack. They taste beautiful. Just saying. But anyway, looking at the time, we're 25 minutes in. I know. Couldn't believe it. Well, anyway, like I say, it's been a couple of weeks, so I wanted to update you. I wanted to get everything out. I am desperately trying to get back to one podcast release a week. Watch this space. I will try my best to do so. As I say, I'm just really busy at the minute. Can't believe it. But I love doing this podcast. Anyway, that will do for now. I hope you all have a really good week, and I do look forward to speaking to you all again soon. And just while we're here, very quickly, any of my social media accounts, I have linked on there the Just Giving for the skydive, big leap. Please, if you are in a position to do so, if you are able to donate, that would be incredible. It would help. It help the MS Society. All the money goes straight to them, and they use it to try and find ways of fighting this condition. For me, that's nothing but positive. Anyway, that will do. I hope you all have a good one, and I will speak to you soon. Bye-bye.